Hello! Hi everybody, how are you today? This is Joy from Joylight Transformational Coaching. It is really good to be back here to have a scoop. Thank you for joining me. Today I am going to talk about this NLP concept called chunking. What is chunking? So chunking is actually a technical term. It comes from the computer industry. So it actually refers to organizing information into more general or more specific group. So a group has chunks of information with a common theme. Hi, good to see you. Thank you for the hearts. So a group has chunks of information with a common theme, and it helps us to organize our thinking and retain more information. What do I mean by that? So how do you remember telephone numbers? Confession time. A telephone number tend to have more than 7 numbers because depending on the country that you live, and then you have the area code, the country code. I'm good, how are you? So how do you remember? I think some of us, we remember it by grouping them in 2s or 3s. Do you do that? Because that's our strategy for remembering long strings of numbers, to remember them correctly and in the right sequence. So what you have actually done is chunking. So chunking, there are 3 ways that we can do chunking. You can do chunking up, or you can do chunking down, or you can do chunking sideways. So today I will only elaborate on chunking up and chunking down. So what is chunking up? Chunking up refers to moving from the specific to the general, which is also called synthesis. So it helps you to comprehend how the entirety, how the whole is, it helps you to understand the whole by observing the parts that makes up the whole and their interrelationships among between each other. So say for example, if you think of a strawberry is a kind of fruit, and fruit is under the category of food, and food is also considered in the broad as one of the broad category of nutrients. So there you have it: strawberry, fruit, food, nutrients. So that is chunking up from the very specific to general, so it becomes broader. So then what about chunking down? Chunking down means that you go from the other way around. So when you chunk down, you are going from the very general to the very specific. So you can think of it like a funnel for chunking down, right? So this is a process of moving from the general to the specific, which is also called analysis. So it helps you to understand how all the parts are connected to the whole. And so, for example, if let's say you are thinking of that you want to have more vitality, you want to have more energy, then you might, so if you think about it, okay, so how can you have more vitality? How can you have more energy? Then you might think, okay, that means I need to cough less. In order to have more vitality, I need to have reduced coughing. Are you still with me? Okay, so from reduced coughing, then comes the next question. How can you have less? How can you cough lesser? How can you have reduced coughing? Well, that might mean you have to quit smoking, which is a very specific element. So you went from this is what you want, which is really broad, and in order to achieve what you want, which is your desired outcome, the very specific goal that you have, you realize that in order to have vitality, you need to have reduced coughing, and which ultimately means you need to quit smoking. So that is chunking down from the general to the very specific, like a funnel. Some of the questions which is chunking down related is what prevents me from achieving this outcome. So you are trying to solve the very specific barrier. What is an example of this? What is a component of that? What is an alternative behavior that can also satisfy this intention, which means that instead of me displaying this specific behavior, which is giving me the outcome that which is giving me the outcome that I don't want, how can I have another behavior, a specific behavior, in order to have a new outcome? Another example of a question is what needs to be done. Now, I think you can't get more specific than that. What is the exact task that is required in order to get what you want? So there you have it, chunking up and chunking down. In the next video, probably tomorrow, I will share with you how you can use chunking to help you in your life. So here, just to recap what we have learned today, and I have it on board with you as usual. So we have chunking app, which is going from the specific to the general, which is also called synthesis. It means to comprehend the whole by observing the parts and their relation. So you can think of the example of strawberries, a kind of fruit, which is a type of food and which is also considered the broad category of nutrients. Chunking down, which means going from the general to the specific, which we also call analysis, and you can remember it using the funnel analysis. And it means to comprehend how the parts are connected to the whole. An example is if you want to have more vitality, then you need to have reduced coughing, and in order to have reduced coughing, you need to quit smoking, which is a very specific behavior that you need to do in order to get the outcome that you want. Thank you for that heart, so awesome. Okay, so as some of you would know, I have launched my goal setting program, Let's Step, yesterday, so I'm terribly excited about it. Let's Step has 3 action manual, 3 sections. Is 12 steps divided into 3 sections, and guess what? First section is free for you. If you want to have your section 1 of Let's Step, go to my website joylink.com to unsubscribe, and then you will get it in an email format over the next 8 days. The 4 steps will come on every other day, so you have 1 day to rest, think about what you wrote, or to catch up on it if you have not completed it all. And I strongly encourage you to use Let's Step, because why not? Section 1 is free. And if you have a goal that you've always been wanting to set in motion but have not, now you have no excuses not to do that. So please go to my website joylink.com and subscribe yourself to Let's Step, and I really hope to be a part of your journey to the achievement of your goal. So check out my website joylink.com. As you can see here, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram as well at Joylink. I have a Facebook page called Joylink. Please like my page if you're over there. I hope this video has been informative for you. If it's interesting, please share with your friends and your followers. Okay, so I'll talk to you again very soon. Meanwhile, here's to your elevation. Talk to you soon. See ya! And as usual, I'm hopeless at stopping the rock.